And so it was tough to like make that initial like step to meet new people you've never met who are already in these circles and they all know each other. You feel like you're the odd one out. And that's how it was for me. And not having the accountability of like from your parents to go to church. Because like when I went away to college, I took the freedom of that, and you don't have to go to church anymore. You can do it. You can do what you want to do. You have free will. And when you go away and you don't have that accountability, that's a big, that's probably the biggest thing, honestly.
Welcome to the Valor Cast, where fight meets faith and fruit. This is a space for men who want more than just a weekend faith. We're here to sharpen each other, to grow stronger in God's Word, lead with integrity, and build real brotherhood. Each episode, you'll hear honest conversations with men from all walks of life. We'll talk faith, family, work, failure, legacy, whatever it takes to become the kind of men God has called us to be. Because this world needs more than passive belief, it needs men of valor. This is the podcast for building bold disciples one story at a time. This is the Valor Cast.
Welcome, everybody. We are here in this podcast that we are doing during this season. We are doing a Bible study for men here in the church. We got my good friend Scott Aldred here with me. Scott, why don't you tell me something about the Bible study that we're doing? We're on week 6 already. Can you believe that?
Yes, we are. It's unbelievable. Here we are on week 6. Last week, we had a focus on the biblical case against isolation. And this week, we're going to be focusing on the high price of isolation. And it's been an amazing journey over the last 5 weeks, and looking forward to this opportunity to meet on week 6.
Yes, and today, talking about meeting, today we are meeting here with 2 amazing young guys. And by seeing them here, the average age really dropped down like 20 years in the room, right? By having them sitting here is Sam Harrison and Ethan Roberts are here with us. They both grew up here in the church. I think the only thing that did not happen is that they were born here in the church. Obviously, they were born in a hospital, right? But then they grew up here in the church. And how does it feel to grow up here in the church, guys?
I've loved it here. I've grown up here, obviously, like you said, and a lot of other people are in the same shoes. And so being able to like grow up with these people and grow in faith with these people, it's a blessing, honestly.
I agree. I think the community that the church has fostered over the years, going through youth and now with Next Gen, is very, it's helped my journey for sure.
That's great. That's great. And how does it feel to be a PK, precious kid?
So I don't know. It's good. I like my mom.
Come on,
I love my mom.
Yeah, you better say that, right?
I don't know. She's been good.
Yeah, I know. So, and your parents have also been big leaders here, Ethan, in the church?
Yes. Yeah, they were my confirmation group leaders, and they're involved with the church.
So you can have fun during the confirmation time, right? You can have fun because they were there. Right?
Exactly.
Scott, you have done confirmation too here in the church.
Yeah, an amazing experience to walk that journey with the kids as they go through confirmation, and watching Ethan and Sam grow up as a church now that they're both taller than me is unbelievable. Their spiritual journey and watching them has been amazing. So super glad you guys could join us back from FSU, and hope you guys are having a great year so far at school.
Yep. And you, a couple of months ago, you came back from Ireland.
Yes.
How was that?
It was awesome. It was an amazing experience, for sure.
It was.
So what did you like the most there in Ireland, other than the fish and chips?
It was an interesting trip, and just like the way that it was more catered towards not like manual labor like I had been on other mission trips. It was more about like spiritual poverty. That was like a big thing that they talked about, how poverty is not just like about material things. You can have spiritual poverty, and that was like, I never really thought about it like that before. And just getting more comfortable with like sharing your faith and your testimony to people and like talking about it more. it was a struggle, but I learned a lot from it. Got more comfortable sharing my faith with people. So,
Sam, Europe is a whole different animal when it comes to faith. Secularism is skyrocket there. So what was your finding, your big finding there concerning how's the church doing and why this? Can you elaborate some more about that spiritual poverty that Ethan was talking about?
I think with a lot of the church being tied so much in the ethnic and the political divide, it's like,
Wow.
you know, it helps or it messes with people's perception of Jesus's love, you know, and it kind of corrupts it in a way.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, Jesus said that they will know that we are Christians by our love.
Exactly.
So they don't see love, they don't see Christ, right?
Especially when, like, bombing people and
Ooh.
stuff like that. It's not good.
no.
Wow. And I think it was probably like a double street. You not only minister those people, but you also probably got ministry you as well
Oh, definitely.
in
For
your
sure.
openness to share your testimony. Can you tell us about a little bit of that? How did you feel about really being bolder in sharing your faith with people on the other side of the pond?
Yeah, it felt good. It's intimidating, definitely, to be bold and like share your faith with people, but like afterwards, you know that God's like, he's proud of you and that what you're doing is like for the kingdom and that you're helping people, and it just helps you like see the good work you're doing. You're like, I want to do more of this.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, the opportunity to share the gospel can really impact not only the person that you speak to, but also yourself. And one of the topics that we focus on this week is about isolation.
Yes.
And did you feel that when you were on your mission trip or any, point in your time at FSU, do you feel isolated, or did you feel anybody that you felt was isolated in their spiritual walk?
Wouldn't say on the mission trip, because we were like in that community like the whole 10 days we were there, so that was like a really good experience. But definitely going away to school my first semester, definitely felt the isolation, because like we were talking about, I grew up here, I'd been here the whole time. I've known the same people for 18 years, so I go off to school 4.5 hours away and don't know hardly anybody. You don't have a church that you like know that you can go to every week and know everybody, see the same faces, and it was a big adjustment. It was tough at first.
Well, actually, FSU, I think, is isolated in the scoreboard in football as well, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm a Gator, so we're not much better.
That's where I was going. That's
Hopefully
why I'm
our
looking at
seasons are
you,
going
bro.
well this year, though. Yeah.
I know you're a Gator.
Yeah, we're
So-
halfway through. We'll see what happens
See,
here.
FSU's about to win a natty this year.
We always get a chance to see them at the end of the year, so we'll
But
see
we're
how that
6-0
shakes
by
out.
now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. What about you, Sam? How about your kind of walk on FSU and just in general in your spiritual walk? Have you ever experienced isolation?
I feel like for sure, especially adapting to FSU, it's like kind of similar to Ethan. I didn't have like a definitive spiritual family to like lean back on. So, and it's been kind of hard to find the right church for me, like in a completely new, diverse area. But,
No, that's
My mom was
Real.
a pastor as well. Normally, I tell you, I don't know if that's a tendency for preacher's kid. Preacher's kid normally tend to have a hard time finding a church, because when your father is a pastor, then you have like probably high expectations. I don't know if that's the case. At least that is in mine as well. But I would be really interested in hearing, Sam, what is it that is so hard to find faith community? Because I don't think it's just for preacher kids. I think it's just for younger generations. It's not just for you guys. That probably is an overall phenomenon that's just going on in college campuses, that other than in the fellowship that they develop on campus, it's hard for them to find faith community outside. What is going on in your guys' faith, or in the faith communities in town, that probably is not a good fit for college kids? What do you think is going on there?
I mean, I think it depends, like church to church, person to person, but
Of course, yeah.
I feel like a lot of it is like when you're kind of taken out of what you're like used to, basically. You remove yourself from your comfort zone of like what you've historically had, and like you're not required to go to church anymore. So, laziness can be a factor, but also like you can just, when you go back and you're like, what denomination do I like feel more of a connection to? It's
There
like
you
kind of
go.
overwhelming, all the doctrines and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
When you're kind of reassessing what you like actually genuinely believe in your faith.
So do you feel, Ethan, that when you go to church, people are gonna try to indoctrinate you? They're gonna try to turn you to their doctrine. Is that the case, or you think that's not so much?
It definitely can be, but mainly for me, it was just like going to a place where I knew absolutely nobody and just not being comfortable with that, and just it was an adjustment for me because I'm introverted and I don't like meeting new people. Like, I do like meeting new people, but it's not my favorite thing to do. And so it was tough to like make that initial like step to meet new people you've never met who are already in these circles and they all know each other. You feel like you're the odd one out. And that's how it was for me. And not having the accountability of like from your parents to go to church. Because like when I went away to college, I took the freedom of that, and you don't have to go to church anymore. You can do it.
Sure.
You can do what you want to do. You have free will. And when you go away and you don't have that accountability, that's that's probably the biggest thing, honestly.
Yeah. So it comes to the point, if I hear it correctly, it comes to the point where you miss that accountability.
Right.
You get the freedom to not go to church, but then it comes to a point where you miss it, where you miss the accountability.
It's appealing to have that freedom at first, but once you have it and you realize what it actually means and what it actually is, you realize you miss what you had.
Such a good point.
Mm-hmm.
Such a good point. And not only that, I would say, what would you guys think is the biggest challenge that your faith has faced doing like a campus life?
Did you expect that challenge when you arrived on campus? Did you expect to be, you walked out of kind of being, a loving church family, and like you said, you walk into an environment where you're kind of all alone. Was it ever on your mind, hey, my faith will be challenged?
I definitely expected it. To be honest, like when I was going away to college, I kind of like knew that was going to happen, and I was almost okay with it because I wasn't very mature or strong in my faith at that point, and I just kind of wanted what I wanted, and worldly desires and of the flesh, and that's what my freshman year experience was, which is similar for a lot of people.
Oh, 100%.
And sometimes you have to hit rock bottom to realize that God is what you really need.
Yeah. What about campus ministries? Are there like doing a good job? What do you think it's like missing there, Sam?
I think it's like, probably depends ministry to ministry, but I mean, there's nothing like specifically that's really called out to me campus ministry wise. I probably look better, to be honest. I mean, it really depends on the organization. Some of these organizations, they kind of feel like tied into like political stuff, which kind of corrupts the gospel, in my opinion. But, I feel like it kind of matters on what's on the person's heart at the end of the day when it comes to this stuff. But there's definitely good people out there trying to spread the word, so it's admirable.
That's good. But now, is campus ministry something appealing for young kids going to college?
I think
You guys are on a large university too.
Yeah.
I think
There's a lot of different denominations. I mean, how do you figure what the right fit is? I mean, both of you grew up in Methodist. Did you try any other kind of opportunities, whether it be Catholic, Baptist, Presbyterian? Did you give them a whirl? How did that go?
Yeah, my one of my really good friends who went to Florida State with me, he went for a random roommate his freshman year, and I got really close with him. And then I didn't really go to church at all my freshman year though, but my sophomore year, my friend Matthew roomed with the random guy. His name's Sebastian, and he is heavily involved at the BCM on campus, which is Baptist Collegiate Ministry. And after I kind of like turned my faith around and started taking it seriously again, I reached out to him because I knew he was involved with BCM, and so I've been going to that since, and it's it's really great. It's like it's right in the middle of campus. They have like a building.
That's
And
great. That's great.
it's just like a homey feel. It's just led by students. There's just worship and a sermon. It's every Tuesday, so it's like in the middle of the week. It's great.
That's good.
How about you, Sam? Roommates. What's the diversity like with your roommates? I can remember when I was in college about 5 years ago. My roommates and I were
in that other college.
Very different. That's a whole nother topic.
In that other college.
The other one that we don't talk
In the
about.
other one, right?
It was really interesting meeting my roommates, and we were similar, but we were a little bit different, right? Like maybe I had a faith, and have you had an opportunity to share your faith with your roommates? So just a little about diversity in your roommates, and have you had any opportunities to talk with your faith with them?
Any crazy one?
I mean, my dorm roommate was kind of a bad person, but my roommates now in this current school year, I really like them. They're good friends of mine.
That's good.
And luckily, I was able to take them down to Tampa, so like they were able to meet my mom and stuff like that.
Oh, wow.
And they
great.
come from very different backgrounds. One of them's like a Hindu. She's like her family's all Indian, so you know it's like kind of hard to like break into something like that. It's kind of different than like what she was raised on, but it's just interesting seeing different people's perspectives on things. You know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, my 3 roommates, I've known all of them since like 5th grade. So like I'm good friends with all of them. One of them is Jewish and the other 2 just kind of don't practice anything. So I definitely like feel like God has like put them in my life, and I have a responsibility with them to like show them the right way. And I've brought them to church a couple times. I got all of them to go on Easter this past year, which was really cool. But one of them has been going with me more and more, and just kind of like seeing that I'm in that position where I like this is important, and I need to love like Jesus and show them.
That's good. That's good.
That
And then
way.
you finish college, and everybody goes their own way. How do you think you're going to be remembered? In the way you're living your faith on college campus, how do you think they will remember you when you guys move out and you take your own paths? How do you think you will be remembered?
I think just knowing that we did life differently from like
That's good.
the way that majority of people on campus do, because FSU is like a really big party school.
Sure.
And that's like just one thing though about like the secular like landscape of like universities, but just like seeing that we do life differently and like
That's
in a
good.
way that resembles Christ, and just trying to pursue that every day.
How about you? They're going to remember you as are you playing the drums in the band or something?
Not in the like school band, but I don't know. I try not to concern myself with like legacy too much, because I feel like everyone's gonna remember you a different way.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
hopefully, positively. Hopefully, I'm having a positive impact. You know, I feel like
I'm sure you are.
show everyone love, treat everyone with respect. It's like basic stuff, and live a life of purpose.
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
the title of the book we're reading by Gary Eagle is called "Got Your Back." You're going to have new incoming freshmen that come in onto this campus. How do you position yourself to demonstrate that you got their back? What kind of advice would you give them?
Just find community. I can't stress that enough, because that's like where I fell short, and it took me like a year and a half to find like a good Christian community up there. And like I'm not like super close with everybody like I am down here. I'm still working on it, but just like taking that first step, it's the absolute hardest thing to do, but like you will not regret doing it, and it will benefit you for the rest of your life.
That's good. Sam?
I mean, I'd have to agree. You know, I feel like isolation, it has a high price.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. One of the things from this book or this chapter is when you deal with isolation, it doesn't make you lonely. It makes you weak.
Yeah.
And it makes you more easily deceived. It makes you more less effective in all aspects of your life. And so, I agree with you guys. Find the community, wherever that may be. And it may be of your age. It might be in your church or whoever you're looking for.
people to hold you accountable, build you up, stuff like that.
100%.
Yes, absolutely. Not only that, I think to me the beauty is the two dimensions that this chapter presents is that it's not only the high cost for ourselves, it's also the high cost for those we love.
Mm-hmm.
When we isolate ourselves, we're damaging our relationships as well. We're damaging the people that we love and the people that love us as well. So to me, that's the two dimension of it. To me, that's probably the nuance that this chapter brings. So it's not only that we are just self-inflicting our damage on ourselves, but also we're damaging other people. Sometimes we don't realize that the people we love suffer when we go through struggles. And like following Jesus is not only healthy for ourselves, it's also healthy for the people that love us. They see us doing well, thriving, being in a community, growing in faith. They are fine. They are going to be good as well. So it's that two dimension that is really beautiful for me to see how that really unfolds in front of your eyes. And when you read it and you realize, oh yeah, it's not just me. It's not just about me.
Yeah, I think you're 100% right, Pastor Roberto. And I think spiritual mediocrity in its acceptance, it not only damages us as men, but it weakens us and it damages our ability to honor God. And by doing that, that dullness and leads to, like you mentioned, like you're less sensitive to your relationships, less sensitive to your spouse. And that chain reactions is a massive deal. It will hit your family. It will hit your children. It will hit your church and it hits your community. So, I agree with everything you just mentioned. It's critically important. And
the damage with isolation is not just for men. When you think about it, we come from Cuba, and then I normally get asked all the time, like, what do you think is the best way to help the churches in Cuba? And here's where isolation comes to play here. People tell me, can we just send the money? Can we just send the stuff? Just send stuff, just send money? And I normally tell people, yeah, that's good. They need all the support that we can send, but don't lose sight the fact that they need you there. And Sam, you have been to Cuba, so you know what I'm talking about. Can you tell us about the value? Because I think one of the problem with the churches under communists, under dictatorships, they feel isolated. They feel like if you just send money and send goods and send stuff, yeah, that helps, but that doesn't help the isolation. So I would say the beauty of presence, the ministry of presence. Yeah, I bring you help, but I came myself. So to me, that's what really breaks the isolation wall. Sam, can you tell us about your experience in Cuba and how your presence helped really ease the isolation?
I completely agree with you. I think since they live in like an atheist state, it's like they're like threatened, So And it's like when you visit there, the amount of gratitude they show just because of your presence is kind of remarkable. And like, for like presence, it's like half the battle. And just like showing up and being there for people. So, because like helping them with like food is great, but it's just like shows that they're not like alone, basically. Because it's like, they're on an island and like, they're only 50 miles away from Florida, but it feels much further than that.
Yes.
I feel. So it's definitely great to like lift them up. And it's not about overpowering them, but it's about lifting them up.
Yeah, exactly.
Like as a Christian community,
Yes, exactly. Have you ever thought about going to Cuba, Ethan? Come on.
Yeah, I'm
so
down.
Can we take? I think we can take a gator to Cuba as well, right?
Yeah, I guess. We'll speak Spanish.
Spanish
I'm
gator.
fluent.
Doesn't matter. We can translate for you. But yeah, that's a big deal. As well as for example, when you think about mission, not only in Cuba, like going back to Ireland, is that people think, Europe is a Christian continent, a Christian place. No, it's a secular place. And sometimes Christian communities living in such as, not only like the case of Cuba and communist system, but also when churches live in very secular society, they also feel isolated.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. They also feel isolated. So isolation is something you can take down the society. You can find it in many, 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 many dimensions. in our social fabric. You can find it not only in man, you can find it in church, you can find it in other countries and all that. So that's huge. You need to go. You need to go to.
Yeah. It's been a while. Went down to the Dominican for 6 years, but
There you go.
I don't know. I haven't been to Cuba. Could be next on the list.
Yeah.
See if we put something together.
Man, we need to talk to Julie. By the way, they're preparing a mission trip for next summer. So gear up.
Ireland.
Support those.
Coming
Ireland
back to
again,
Ireland?
maybe. I don't know. Where do you think we should go on the mission, guys? What do you?
I think Cuba's a great option.
Okay, there you go.
It's for Julie to decide.
It's true.
So you guys would go back to Ireland?
I think so. It was
Yeah.
a great experience, but I like to help in a lot of different places.
Sure.
You know, not necessarily the same places,
No, I understand.
but yeah, there's work to be done everywhere for the kingdom. So
And I hope you guys will see the value. I hope everybody listening or watching could see the value in this. Normally, we sometimes we portray the image that churches is for old people. We'll say, and sometimes the kids grow up in the church like you guys, and then you go to college, and then that's a season when you go to other church. No, wait, this is a New Hope, and these kids are, and if these two guys are at FSU, and they are still engaged in mission here in their home church. So to me, thank you guys. Thank you for your beautiful testimony of what it is to be a Christian really involved in still your home church, which is New Hope. And so when we talk about New Hope men, it's not just old guys like Scott and somebody else. Look at this. We got some muscle here. We got some.
Absolutely. You guys are the future, and we appreciate you taking the time to share, and I got your back. So you ever need anything,
Yes.
you know I'm there for you.
And we got your back, guys. We really admire you. And we pray that the Holy Spirit will continue leading you and guiding you in all the decisions. And who knows where God wants to take you? What do you want to do? Where are you going when you finish there in Indian town?
I want to be a nurse practitioner eventually.
There you go. And you want to come back to town and practice
I
here?
want to come back here.
Nice.
That's awesome.
That's good. How about you, Sam?
Lawyer.
Sam is going to be a lawyer. Okay.
Oh, wow.
I
Okay.
hope, if all goes well.
Okay. And go where? Where's your ideal place?
Southern California.
Oh,
A
man.
lawyer in Southern
The
California.
weather is just so nice.
It is
you
beautiful. San Diego is
I know you
beautiful.
want
It's one of my
you
favorites.
want that life.
Yeah. Well, I
Or
like
wanted.
San Diego. I like the weather there.
Yeah.
It's
That's good.
the taxes and cost of living.
That's the only problem.
That's a whole nother. That's a whole
That's a
nother
different
podcast.
Yeah. So I would say, I would just wrap it up with, I would say the sense of really purpose over preferences in what you're saying. You were saying you want to be a nurse practitioner, you want to be a lawyer, and how your faith would lead you to those professions, to those careers, not as a preference, but as a purpose. So that God will use you not only now there in your college campus, but God will use you in the future in whatever career, in whatever profession you're practicing, how you will find purpose. So those are not probably just your preference. The probably is God's looking from above and saying, yeah, you think that's what you want. That's what I want. That I place that desire in your heart because that is God's purpose for you in your lives. And I hope you will share that message with those who are isolated there in FSU, and just don't ever be isolated. We got your back. Okay? Scott, anything you want to add?
No, again, thanks guys for your time, energy, and efforts, all that you do in your community. And you guys are just remarkable young men. And I'm so happy that I've watched you guys grow up in our church and be a part of my life and impact me spiritually.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
thank you for that. And,
Thank you.
Safe travels back and close the year strong. And we'll see you. The Gators will see you on the football field in a few weeks, guys.
Well, we've already seen them in 6 weeks. We're already 6 weeks in.
I hope you're ready.
All right. See you guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to the Valor Cast, where fight meets faith and fruit. If this conversation challenged or encouraged you, share it with a brother. You may subscribe on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. And to find more resources for men of faith, visit findnewhope.com/men.